We're back.
Is this part?
This is part 2, I guess. Is your phone turned off?
My phone is turned off.
Jeez, priorities. We're recording. The live light is flashing right now. We're recording. This is serious.
Yes.
We're trying to get our own.
Yes, but sometimes...
We're trying to get Oprah calling us. We can't be having these
sometimes
bloopers.
when business calls, it calls. So, we're back.
Oprah, Sherry, look, that was just a little mistake. Claire asks your forgiveness. We take this seriously.
I ask your forgiveness. We are very serious about what we're doing here.
This is positively speaking, not thinking.
As well, we're doing both, but it's positively speaking.
Mm-hmm.
So
continue. Back to we were talking about Rihanna.
Rihanna.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Actually, yeah, it's either. She pronounces it Rihanna. She's from Barbados, as you may know.
I know.
And that's exactly where they need to take her little behind back to, is back to Barbados, and give her an intervention and put her in a little hut somewhere and make her chill out for a couple of months. Because
just like Maya Angelou did with her son when he was showing his behind. She sent him to Africa for a year.
See, that's
the way you handle that.
That's an old school mama right there.
That's old school.
Rihanna mama and daddy, they getting a check too. That's their problem. She's paying them off.
Yeah, but they're probably still in Barbados and she's here, so they can't shake some sense into her.
Well, look, somebody needs to send her back.
I'm not trying to. I'm not
that
making
very
fun.
Nice.
It wasn't very nice because I do feel. I have a lot of sympathy.
Domestic violence is a very serious thing.
It's a very.
We will just say though, you will get much less sympathy from the world when he goes oops upside your head again the next time. I'm
Absolutely.
sorry. We want to keep this positively speaking and all, and let's just be real.
Let's be real.
It was just, the music is one thing. The music is good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I got it on my iPhone. I'm jamming to it with the sunroof back now. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? And we were talking about earlier how some people would say we don't have a right to talk about them and how people put people on pedestals.
No, wait. The pedestal thing is something else.
Okay, well, anyway, I think we have a right to discuss them because I don't buy their music, but he does. So when you pay money for people, you can talk about them.
I don't buy Chris Brown's music anymore.
Well, yeah, because you were trying to, in solidarity with Rihanna, you were trying to take a stand,
right,
to protect her,
right.
But did she protect herself? No.
So basically, you mentioned the pedestal. I went back because after this happened, I remember the Diane Sawyer interview Rihanna did like 9 months after the incident happened. She sat down with Diane Sawyer. You can go and watch it, and she talks about how sad she is that she made the decision, because right after he beat her the first time, she went back to him pretty immediately. Mm-hmm. And she got a lot of flack for that, and the media kind of blew it up. And so she was talking about how stupid she was to go back to him and how sad it was. And she realized that she never thought of herself as a role model, but she was probably sending a bad message to do that. And
you think?
She also talked about how she feels that people put her on an unrealistic pedestal. And it actually, once she said that, it was kind of like somebody using your own words against you, because I've actually, in a lesson that I've learned personally, have said that I take care not to put people on unrealistic pedestals, because I think a lot of times people do that. We do tend to put our spouses or our parents or our mentors or people that we look up to on unrealistic pedestals, and sometimes that just can lead to heartbreak or disappointment. And so when she said that, I was like, you know what, she's a celebrity, she's famous, she makes good music, and she is a human, she's a young girl, and she probably is going through a lot of the same things that other people are as well. I still do feel though that as a celebrity, you do have more you sign up for this, you sign up for the spotlight to be on you. With great responsibility comes great with great power comes great responsibility. I think that's from Star Wars or something. I don't know, but you know what I'm trying to say. So anyway, I think that the spotlight is on you, and you do have to take care to do that, and you have to be willing to just deal with the scrutiny because, well, that's what you signed up for.
That's right. You collect the check. You accept the scrutiny.
Right. So what about this putting people on pedestal things? While we're talking about that, if we can switch gears a little bit.
I think that's something that we tend to do, but it's always inappropriate because nobody can live on a pedestal. And there will always, when you put people on a pedestal, they will soon knock you down. because nobody can live up to the ideal.
Well, the only place they have to go is down.
The only place to go is down.
Yeah.
So you can't live up to someone else's opinion of you. And if someone decides to make you larger than life, that's not about you. That's about them and their own insecurities and what it is they're needing and what they see in you. But it really has nothing to do with you.
So you're talking about a little bit of a flip on it. You're talking about when somebody else puts you on a pedestal. I mean, there's times when you don't even know that somebody's kind of created a story about you in their head, and they have this this vision of what you are, or they've kind of prejudged you, put you on a pedestal before you even meet them, and it kind of makes them insecure or. Well,
I'm not talking about before they meet you. I'm talking about after they've met you. So it sounds like we have a lot of different scenarios going here around putting someone on a pedestal, because I'm speaking purely from the perspective of someone having already met you, and because you're their mentor or they enjoy what you do, they put you on this pedestal, and then when the first time you say no to them, or the first time you disagree with them, then it's like they see you in a whole other light. But I've had this happen myself. I've never asked to be on anybody's pedestal, and I've never indicated to anyone that I don't have an opinion, because anybody who knows me knows that I always have an opinion. And it's and it doesn't have to be, I mean, if I can't have it, if the only way to be friends with you is for me to always agree with you, then I wouldn't have any friends, because there's not anybody that I always agree with. Is there anybody you always agree with?
Mm-mm.
We can't. I mean, if you're always in agreement with everyone, it means you're not being authentic.
Well, to an extent, yes. There's a way to be in rapport with people. There's a way to not make someone feel that they're wrong, and you can still have your own opinion. You can still have your own
Let
me
disagree
viewpoint.
with you right now. That's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm not saying that you have to make them wrong or not be in rapport with them. I'm just saying that there's nobody that's going to always agree with everyone.
Great. And moving on, we were just talking about the pedestal thing, and you were kind of just talking about what I was saying. When someone kind of can make a story about you without you even knowing or whatever, and then you end up disappointing them because they've kind of created, this picture of who you are in their mind. We do this with our parents too. We forget that our parents are just people. I was just thinking the other day, I'm, in my late 20s, when my mother was my age, I was about to be 6 years old. Mm-hmm. I mean, to think that my mother had me at such a young age, I cannot even imagine being like with a 6-year-old child right now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And we forget that our parents are just people too, and we can put them on pedestals, and then they disappoint us, and we think that we had the worst childhood or whatever. And the reality is that they're just people too.
Absolutely. But
and everybody is doing their best, really.
Maybe. Sometimes. Not always.
See, she wasn't lying when she's talking about she's opinionated. This is what we do back and forth every day. I just let me disagree with you. No. Let me disagree with you.
Wait a minute now. We both do that. We do. And opinionated, impatient.
So this is not what this is about. This is not what this is about.
That's right.
We're getting off topic here.
So let's get on another topic.
We were on a good topic.
Okay.
I don't like this video today.
Well,
I'm not feeling this one.
Well, that's too bad.
I don't think this one's going to see the light of day.
Yeah, this one's going to see the light of day.
No,
yes,
like
it is.
I don't like it.
You will not have wasted 9 minutes of my time.
Oh, right. I'm wasting your time, miss. I got to go. I had to go take a call when I told you that we weren't going to sit down and do this video.
Did you tell me that earlier on something that had happened 20 minutes previously?
Nam yo ringe kyo.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. So,
Lord.
what? Tell us about
Mercy.
Deepak.
Oh, thank you. Okay, we're gonna close on this. So
Deepak Chopra.
Yes. Speaking of mentors, Deepak Chopra is he's a
Put your
medical
face
doctor.
in here.
Medical doctor and an author of like 1,000 books and a really popular thought leader. And he came and spoke in our town, and I went and listened. Went by myself because I don't really have that many friends that are into the same stuff that I'm into, and if they are, they're much older than me. It's funny because I went there, and it's not that it's something that affects me. However, I do notice when you're a member of a minority or whatever, you notice I was the blackest, the youngest, everything in this group. It was interesting. And you just take note of that.
Well, you do because you're young. I don't take note of that.
I mean, it's not like I sit there and I'm counting heads, but I'm just saying, you just note or you think,
At 26 you do. I don't. I'm not 26.
No. How old are you?
That's for me to know and you to never know. So, get back to, tell us about Deepak.
This video is totally not going to be shown.
It is totally going to be shown.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Okay, so basically he has a background in neuroscience. So he's a neuroscientist, and he talks a lot about the mind and how it can control or it affects well-being. He even talked about how the well-being of your enemies affects you as well. And I love one of the quotes from him is that the mind is a relational and embodied process that regulates the flow of energy and information. I love that. I love that
too.
He also said the mind influences everything that happens in the body. By changing your activities and your behavior, you can actually change your genes. He said something like every atom that that we recycle 98% of all the atoms in our body every year. So it was just really interesting. What else? I loved a quote from him. He quoted Nelson Mandela. Having resentment is like drinking poison and hoping that it will kill your enemy.
Yes, expecting your enemy to die.
I love that.
I love that too.
He also said, we have created a culture that encourages people to spend money that they don't have on things that they don't need to impress people they don't like. Pretty profound. And I'm reading out of I have my little
Is
journal
that your
here.
Oprah journal?
This is my Oprah journal. It's my personal journal that I write in.
The journal that Oprah sent us for life class was very similar.
Oh, okay.
Did you ever get yours?
I did.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we've talked about Deepak. We've talked about people on pedestals.
Yep. This was.
Don't even go there. This is, you know what? This is one of those shows that, sometimes it's a hit and sometimes it's a miss.
I respectfully disagree with you, but Clara. I must disagree.
It is still very real. It's still very real. And we took the time to do it. So.
And this is just our opinions.
Yes, they are. And you can join the conversation or not, whichever you prefer. But we are still positively speaking. See my stomach.
You need to eat.
I do.
It's late in the day.
It's too late in the day.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well.
As you can see, our energy has waned because neither of us have eaten in hours because we've been busy working today.
And you will never be seeing this video because I'm getting ready to delete it.
Don't you even think this is my computer, so you're not deleting anything
Bye.
from here.
Bye.
Goodbye, y'all.
Bye.
Just stop it, Toronto.
Okay.